The actual event took place on a field about 3 miles from this site, the surrender of Lord Cornwallis's British troops to the combined forces of the French Army in the white uniforms on the left and the ragtag band of Americans on the right. Down the middle of the two soldier columns marched 750 recreated British soldiers, only about 10% of the number who actually surrendered 200 years ago today. When the British troops had marched in formation to the front of the field, their drums draped in black, they began laying down arms and finally suffered the most humiliating act in the ceremonial surrender, the laying down of their Union Jack flags packed tightly in their cases. Historians say it was actually only the enlisted men who were forced to suffer the degradation of a public surrender. Many of the officers were allowed to return to England along with Lord Cornwallis. For the tired and tattered Americans, Yorktown was only the beginning, where General Lafayette said, "Humanity has won its battle. Liberty now has a country." In Yorktown, Kathy Mitkiff, The Daily News.
When the British troops walked off the field, defeat showed in their faces and voices.
Clap! Hands!
Stand at ease.
Stand at ease.
Sir, what do you think about the surrender?
It's awful. We come out to this peninsula and just wither away on the vine. It was terrible, sir.
But for the Americans, it was a celebration. The officers took center field and broke open the champagne, while the rank and file broke out the brew.
Well done! Excellent!
It was a hard-fought war, but when it was all over, everyone joined in the celebration. The British, French, and American.
Lafayette! 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 Lafayette!
Company! Dismiss!
After the victory celebration, it was time to put down the muskets, pack up the bags, and head home.
For the 5,000 or so soldiers who made the reenactment of Yorktown possible, it was time for pictures, pitching, and packing.
Just kind of the last time we're all going to get together in this number, so you kind of feel bad about that. But glad in a way to be back in civilization.
In Yorktown, Chris Cahoon, The Daily News.
The pomp and circumstance of Yorktown, October 1981. A grand bicentennial recreation of the win that gave us a future. And already there are rumblings of making Yorktown Day an annual battle cry. Petitions passed among the cast of thousands here on Bicentennial weekend reaped 20 to 30,000 signatures. Names that request not only a statewide but a nationwide holiday. They insist that Yorktown Day be put on the calendar. But we've already got a red, white, and blue 4th of July, so why another holiday?
It is true that we declared in Philadelphia July the 4th, and that is important. But in every major war, where the truce was signed or where the battle was won, is where we celebrate and win. We won our freedom here.
Petitioners will be on the trail this January to formally present their holiday to Virginia's General Assembly and to the United States Congress. Yorktown Day may snag you an extra day off of work, and that's all well and good, but the pending holiday means that we would not only wildly celebrate our winning of independence every 100 years, but appreciate our success here every October. In Yorktown, Leslie Brinkley, The Daily News.